Okay, let's talk about doing the right thing every day and how you really don't need to do very much, but just a little bit right every day. Let me explain that a bit more. I've talked about this idea actually a few times where every day is sort of like a chance to improve and how every day is kind of like a mini adventure, and I still stand by that. Nothing's changed. And even how you need consistency or else you will fail. And I just want to expand on that a little bit more, just talking about how you only need to do the right thing every day, even if it's just a little small thing. So what I'm trying to say now is even if you only have time to do the bare minimum, then you should do it. This is kind of like from Atomic Habits. If you haven't read that book, it's an amazing book for building great habits. But basically the takeaway from that is when you're trying to form good habits, you have to set the absolute bare minimum. Like I'm talking about if you're trying to build the habit of meditation, the bare minimum for you may be 1-2 minutes. That's fine. That's all you have to do. I actually have a couple friends who started meditating. If you're watching this, I'm super proud of you. Keep that shit up. You won't regret it. And the thing is meditation is one of those habits where it's really easy to just start small and build your way up. So for you, maybe doing the right thing every day might just be a 2-minute meditation. And maybe it's a pretty shit meditation. That's all good. Bro, you're still doing it. If you're one of those people who are only doing a 2-minute meditation every day, don't say you're only doing 2 minutes. You're doing 2 minutes when otherwise you would have been doing 0. It's such a big difference. Consistency is just so damn important. It's what you need to get ahead. And even just taking small actions leads to huge gains. I also want to share a couple of personal examples, and I kind of want to get into this more, but it's about health and fitness. You may have noticed I don't really make health and fitness content, even though I'm a self-improvement channel. I mean, that's one of like the main pillars of self-improvement. But it's just, I feel like I haven't learned enough. And truthfully, Yvonne, I'm gonna give you another shout out, probably third shout out in a row in a video, but he's great at fitness and he's great at nutrition and he gave me great advice. The thing is like, you don't have to be perfect every day. Like I can apply 80-20 principle here. Well, all I have to do is just eat at least 80% of good foods. Like maybe my diet is like 50 to 60% right now of healthy foods. But if you could just bump that up, just a small gain to 80% of healthy foods, maybe 20% of garbage, whatever, it will still compound because that is the compound effect right there. Tiny gains will result in massive compounding wins later on. And you know what? If I want to relate to meditation again, that's one of those habits that I think really improved my life like tenfold just by doing even 10-15 minutes a day. I'm doing roughly 20 minutes total now, so I do 2 10-minute sessions. But when I first started, my God, I struggled to sit down for even like a minute. Like I would sit down maybe 1 or 2 minutes, but my mind would be everywhere. And that's completely normal. That's gonna happen to you. And to all my new meditators out there, you're probably feeling this too, but I'm just telling you, keep that shit up. I'm so proud of you for doing meditation. I know it's a hard habit, but once you get really good at it, my God, your brain like physically rewires itself in the greatest ways, and you're gonna love yourself for the fact that you're doing that. Now, there's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to doing tiny habits and how, oh, they're not really worth much, right? I mean, maybe I can go do 10 push-ups right now and, you know, it's not really worth much. And yeah, maybe you're right. But the point is that it builds consistency. Taking it day by day is what gets you to your goal. If you want to run a marathon, you don't just go out and run a marathon. You need like a little bit of prep, okay? Like you can't just expect yourself to be perfect. So let's take those 10 push-ups I was talking about. Let's say I'm someone who has never worked out in their entire life. Okay, so what if I want to go do 10 push-ups right now? It's gonna be really hard. So maybe I'll do 5 push-ups. So I do my 5 push-ups, I'm like, wow, I did it. I don't feel very different, but I did it. But now you do that every day. You do 6 push-ups the next day, and then you do 7, and then you do 8, and then after a month, you're doing like 40 push-ups. And like you actually might notice your chest is looking kind of pumped up. But the thing is, you're not gonna get that in one day. That's why you just need to do one little right thing every day. It'll compound and it'll stack and you'll have insane results in not even that long of a time. Like in reality, you only need 3-4 good years of training and you can have like a Greek god aesthetic, like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 even. You just gotta go and show up every day. That's the main important thing. What I'm trying to say here is don't write off those tiny actions that you think aren't worth shit, because they really are. Even if you play 8 hours of video games a day, but today you only played 7 hours, that is a huge win. Okay? Don't discount that. If you're in that position that I just mentioned, you're playing like shitload of video games a day and you're trying to cut down, and you succeeded in cutting down for a whole week, that's awesome. Keep that up. Ride that momentum. Use it for your next big win, because that's the thing about these tiny gains too, is they build momentum. Momentum is what keeps you going. It's what is making me upload like 3 videos a week right now. I'm riding a huge wave of momentum, and I'm feeling good. I don't feel burnt out anymore. I was burnt out, but I'm feeling great now. And that's just because I did the right thing every day. I did a little bit of creative work here and there, and look where it got me. And if I had to give you a couple tips on how to do the right thing, well, I'm gonna, again, take from Atomic Habits, and one of them is to make the habit attractive. And the same could be applied for the opposite if you're trying to break a bad habit. Let's say you're trying to stop playing video games. Okay, well, add a little bit of friction to it. Make it unattractive. Every time you're done playing your game, you have to log out. So let's say you're on Steam or something, or Battle.net, whatever, right? Log out. And so that next time you want to play a game, you have to log back in. It's a little thing, but it adds so much friction. Like I'm trying this right now with YouTube, because I'm someone who binges YouTube like crazy, and that's my bad habit. I'm not perfect. And I'm gonna make a video actually. The next video will be about how to reduce your YouTube time, but it actually works. Like for me, I deleted the YouTube app, and now it's just that little extra friction to watch YouTube. It's reduced my screen time by at least like an hour a day, that's worth a lot. So back to video games. Well, if you just add that little friction, it makes it so much harder. I mean, it's not actually that hard. You only need to log in. It takes you like a minute. But that extra minute could deter you from playing a few times, and there you go. You just save yourself some time. And now let's do the opposite, but with building good habits. Let's say you're trying to work out. Well, you have to make it attractive. You have to make it easy. So for me, I work out in my home gym. I don't go to a gym because going to a gym is a lot of work. Like, I know it's not actually that hard. Most people do. You go in your car, you drive 10 minutes, you work out, and then you drive back. But that 10 minutes of driving is enough friction that I don't want to do that. So what I do instead, I work out at home. I can start a workout right now. Look, my equipment's in the back there. You probably can't see it, but it's so easy for me. So for you, maybe lay out a yoga mat right now. If you're watching this, here's an actionable step. If you want to start working out, go lay out a mat or just something, like clear some room in your room where you can do push-ups, and just do like 10 push-ups. Now this is for absolute beginners. I mean, if you're already working out, you don't need this advice, but you can apply this logic to any habit, good or bad. All you have to do is do the opposite. So if you want to do a good habit, make it easy, make it attractive, make it obvious, give yourself a reward for it, stuff like that. Like, these are the things that help form good habits, because your life is merely the sum of your habits. As simple and dumbed down as that is, it is true. What you do every day is your life, which are your habits. And the same goes for negative habits. You want to break a negative habit, make it unattractive, make it shitty to do, punish yourself for doing it. Like, you just gotta make it hard so that it's not fun to do anymore. I used to be a massive gamer. I played so many goddamn video games every day. Like, I'm talking like multiple 8 hours a day. And for me, one of the things that really just solidified me quitting video games mostly altogether is I sold my gaming PC. How are you gonna play games without your gaming PC? Or maybe you're, I don't know, addicted to your Switch or your PlayStation, your Xbox, whatever. Sell it. Get yourself some cash and you're done. You quit. You can't even play the thing because it's not in your house. Lock it up. Change the password and then give it a friend or something. Like, there's so many things you can do, but I want to save that for my, reducing screen time on YouTube, because I think these tips will be really helpful for that. But anyways, I hope you can take some tips away from this video and apply it to your life, because this is some life-changing shit. And if you can just do the right thing every day, just a little right thing every day, it'll compound, because your life is just a bunch of habits. So make them good, make them count. Honestly, I love y'all, and I'm so glad to be back on YouTube, and it's just great to be uploading consistently again. So go join my Discord, because I want to come chat with y'all. Let's go build some accountability, and let's do some epic shit together. All right? Take care.